What's going on, everybody? It's Ted again with the Countdown to the Geeks. I got a very special interview for you guys. Actor, director. You've seen him in some projects like Den of Thieves and one of my all-time favorite movies, Black Hawk Down. One of the leads in the upcoming film Boneyard, Brian Van Holt. What's going on, sir?
Just hey, good to see you, man. Thank you for having me. Just hanging out, talking about Boneyard. How you doing?
Fantastic, fantastic. Um, what a special project. You are no stranger to sort of these police officer detective roles. Tell us all about how you prepared for Detective Ortega as opposed to some of your other roles. How does it differ?
Well, it's, I come from a cop family. That's what my uncle's a detective. He's retired now, but I grew up with my dad and I were the only ones that weren't cops, and so all my cousins and uncles are cops. I've done a lot of film and TV shows. I filmed Deputy. It's another cop show. I don't know if but we shot that in Albuquerque.
Hmm.
The irony is, I got to, this isn't this, our film Boneyards, was inspired by true events. And some of those events was about the West Mesa murders, took place outside of Albuquerque in Albuquerque. And while I was filming Deputy, I learned about that actual case and got to meet, I got to spend a lot of time with the APD and
Wow.
the homicide division, the detectives. And um, so I was aware of, of this specific, like this case and this world. So I actually got an opportunity to spend a lot of time in it. So in terms of preparation, it was more like, more about the demons and the human condition that Detective Ortega is navigating. Um, and those methods, I can't really reveal
Sure,
my
sure, sure.
techniques.
Yeah.
But let's just say this character is close to home. I'll say it's close to home, and I try to make it as personal as possible, like I always do, or try to. Um, so and I'm just trying to insert my, my like I was fortunate enough to spend a lot of time in that world,
Yeah.
through family and through work and through friends. I have some friends that are actual homicide detectives. So
And I'm glad you brought it up before I did. Asif Akbar, who wrote and directed this movie, co-wrote and directed this movie, was inspired by some true crime, real, quite astonishing events. Are you yourself a fan of true crime? Are you one of these obsessed individuals that just you're watching documentaries left and right? I will say I am myself, but where does true crime fit for you?
it became obsessed, to be honest with you, especially with this one too. It's weird, but yes, we watch a lot of that ID
Oh, sure.
Dateline. My wife gets mad at me for watching too much of it. Ironically, it helps put me to sleep. If I can't sleep, I'll just turn it on. And I don't
Wow.
know. It's I don't know why. I don't know. I mean, I'm not the only one. It's a massive. I'm not the only person. Obviously, like, it's
No.
it's a massively successful genre. Um, it's I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know the answer to that. But yes, I am a fan. Not I won't say fan, but yes, I am intrigued by that kind of stuff.
You share the screen with a lot of big names and some legends. Mel Gibson, what is it like to sit across the table, swapping lines with one of the greats?
I mean, what an honor, what a pleasure. That didn't that value what you just put on it didn't escape me. I've been a huge fan of Mel's for forever. I grew up being a fan, looking up to him, and it was surreal. It could have been. I was a little nervous, to be honest with you, uh, but he made me feel comfortable right away. He's such a kind man, and such a serious actor. He came to work. He was disciplined. He was totally invested. I got to write and rewrite some scenes with him. I mean, we got to change some dialogue and shift some stuff around that we felt needed it, and we had that opportunity. And so I got to write and sit in a room with Mel and write some stuff, which was a massive honor for me. It's like I know I had my surreal moment, like I'm like, holy shit, I'm writing a scene with Mel Gibson right now. We were banging it, chopping up scenes together, and he was just fantastic to work with. And I think he made me better. I love working with him, man. And if I had my choice, I could, do 10 more movies with him.
That's got to
He's
be
funny too.
some.
By the way, he's got an insane sense of wit, and comedy. Oh my, he's funny, witty, smart man. He had us in stitches in between takes, and sometimes during our takes too. He would just improvise a zinger. So he keeps you on your toes.
I love hearing that. It doesn't surprise me at all that he's, witty, funny guy, and I'm sure it's a great experience that you'll probably carry on with you to future projects as well.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's good. I'm glad it's so, sometimes you'll get, big do films like this, you'll get a, superstar like that, come in and there's a short amount of time and just kind of collect their paycheck and front it and bail. And I'm not going to name names, but that's not Mel, man. Mel came
Yeah.
in and wanted to, a disciplined, serious actor, loves it. Um, and it was just a pleasure and an honor to be able to share the screen with him. I know I've been lucky. I've got the chance. I've got to share some screen times with these legends. So I've been blessed.
Talk to us about Chief Carter. I've not seen Curtis 50 Cent Jackson in a role like this before. What either surprised you or talk about his professionalism coming on set every day?
Another another dude I love, and I love working with him. This is our second film together, and it was, I know, yeah, it was a different role for 50. And I'm glad he got to do it. He really wanted to play this character, and you'd have to ask him, but I thought he did a great job. Who's also another person that you don't think, who's also has a sense of humor that you would not believe. 50 needs to do a comedy next. And I want to be in it with him. I have an idea to do a two-hander, but 50's got the greatest sense of humor. A lot of people don't know how funny he is and how charming and engaging he is with everybody on the set, off the set. It doesn't matter who you are. He's such a lovely dude, with this sense of humor and a timing that he hasn't shown yet. I can't wait for him to show his comedy chops. Um, but again, I love working with 50. He's awesome. And I thought he did a great job in this film. And I thought, you have to ask him, but I think he enjoyed playing you know, police chief. It's not, I don't think he would have, imagined him playing a police chief but he killed it.
He did.
Um,
He absolutely killed it. I loved it.
yeah.
This is such a unique story. It is based on true events, but that's not sort of the only plot line of this movie. There's the dynamic of a police department that's sort of feeling the pressures of trying to solve this unsolvable case, and this movie does a great job of depicting sort of those cracks in a unit that can happen. I would love to hear from you. Pitch the audience why should they watch Boneyard, which is coming out this week on video on demand as well as in select theaters?
Well, I think, it's not only is it it's a entertaining, it's a good film. If you like, you know, a mystery or thriller, or you're going to be taken on a journey, that'll keep you guessing. I know I'm in the film, and when I watched it for the first time the other night, I was on the edge of my seat at times and guessing. But more so, I'd hope, I want people to come out of this, or an audience in general, just to be more aware of some of these unsolved cases that inspired our film. And I hope it brings more, awareness to the issue and the problems that we have with human trafficking. And also not only just the missing women of Albuquerque and all the and in New Mexico, but internationally and globally, there's a problem there. And just hopefully it brings more awareness and attention to some of these unsolved cases and the issues that we're faced with, in dealing with that. But also it's hopefully it'll be an opportunity for people to be entertained for a couple hours and see a good classic thriller.
Absolutely. Boneyard, as I mentioned, is out this week on video on demand as well as in select theaters. Brian, I'm not exaggerating. You do a lot of the heavy lifting in this movie, man. A lot of screen time, a lot of action, suspense. You carry a lot of the emotional weight of this movie. It's a tremendous performance on your part and everybody else involved. Go check it out very soon. also be on the lookout for the new comedy film featuring Brian Van Holt and Curtis 50 Cent Jackson. And I know we're out of time, but lastly, I just want to say Black Hawk Down turned 23 this year. I feel like it was a movie that really elevated sort of that military genre. Just real fast, your most fondest memories of being a part of that just impactful movie with arguably the greatest cast ever assembled.
Um, I can't. That's a special film for me. You know, that's one I hold near and dear to my heart, and for multiple reasons. My relationship with Ridley, the friends that I made on that, we're still all tight. You know, every single one of us. Even it's hard to explain or articulate the but there's just so many. I'm very fond of that whole experience, and we're all friends to this day, still.
It still holds up. It's a tremendous, like I mentioned, it somehow, some way tapped into a new form of cinema and filmmaking within that genre itself that I think had never been done before. So thanks again for doing this, taking time to speak with me today. Boneyard coming out this week. Find it where you can. Thanks again, Brian.
Hey, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.